Hello, 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 and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? Happy Wednesday. It's hot again today. The heat is back. I don't like it. Although, looking at the temperature, it's supposed to be only 66. 64 outside right now, 77 inside. Gotta love it. Next week is gonna be worse though. Hey, Blue Seeker, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. It's 18C where you are. What's 18C? Oh yeah, it's literally 18C right now outside, and it's considerably hotter inside. You can thank the sun. It's I don't like the sun. I like when beautiful clouds cover the sun. You have a clear sky everywhere else. Just where the sun is, just kind of be a cloud. Thank you. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, Vancouver has that feature removed most of the year. What, the sun? The problem is, I want that feature removed in the summer. That's the only time I care about that feature. It can stay here in the winter. I don't care. It's not hot. In the summer is when I want that sun gone. And that's when the summer is when it's not gone. Every other time of the year, I don't give a shit about the sun. It can stay out there without a... Goddamn summer. I want to buy my own place just to have better air conditioning. There's no guarantee that another place would have better air conditioning, but there's that hope. If I ever managed to buy my own place, it would have better air conditioning. Or at the very least, I could install better air conditioning. Theoretically. I don't know. Anyway. I did a test today with megalights. I've never actually tried megalights myself. I've heard they're not production ready, and I've heard like the issues about them. But I never checked the checkbox myself and tried them. And I did that today. And holy shit, they're garbage. They're really, really bad. Like, yeah, you get better performance. You do. It's better performance. All you're sacrificing is visuals. And you're getting a lot of noise. So yeah. For shittier looks and more noise, you can have better performance. So that's not and the visuals is so bad that having a still camera, you still see so much noise. It's yeah. So yeah, I don't. No, thank you. So yeah, I did some tests for that. Other than that, it's Monster Day. Oh, there's new stuff on Fab. For new free stuff, and you actually got portals, which is great because I was looking to get a portal pack at one point. But one of the new things for the month is portals. Let me see, where is it? This. We got cool portals. They're cool. I'm totally gonna use them. You find that a really tanked FPS? Oh, are they really not optimized? Don't tell me that. 5.4. I mean, that shouldn't matter, right? It's relative, right? Relative performance cost. I mean, hopefully it'll be fine. I mean, it's free, so I'll try it out. But like the portal would be for trying out not for trying out, for like when the boss room spawns, it would have a cool portal there, and maybe like that's where you go through to start the game. Like maybe you go through a portal, something like that. Now we'll see. Results might vary. Yeah, definitely. Hello, name here. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Let me open up the... Where's the epic content one? Even though it's not epic content, I'm just not using that as epic content. We're going with the monster. Monsters. We're gonna be making our first enemy in a while. Yeah, at least we get something. Appreciate it. Sub if you want to watch the stuff, but don't feel like you need to. Background's Tokyo Ghoul. The first season was so good. Second season was kind of meh. I don't like. I don't know what happened on that one. I remember really enjoying the first season and was really confused in the second. But the new anime season's actually starting up in a month. I can't wait. There's gonna be some decent shows to watch. So I'm looking forward to that. Come on, load it up. There it is. Okay. So, where are the monsters? I don't want Infinity Blade. Not low. Monsters for survival game. There it is. Map. Okay. Let's take a look at them. This is the Beholder. I don't think we're gonna get a Beholder just yet. I think we want to potentially go with a different one. I don't know about the cactus one. Probably not the cactus one. Hey, there's some nice animation on the cactus one, but I don't know. As our next mob, now the chest one. This one is really cool because we can get a knockback on it. We can get, I don't know, the walking's kind of cool. The idol's cool. I think we're gonna go with the cactus. I don't know about that one. Hey, good guys, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. What is this default? Oh, this is just showing the different enemies. Oh, the PBR versus polyart. That one doesn't really matter much to me. Got the mushroom, which almost break dances. I want to do the slime, I think. I feel like every good game should have a slime enemy. Little baby slime. I'm tempted to do the slime, or this one doesn't have very many animations. Yeah, this one doesn't really have enough animations. Okay, this flickering is probably going to be so bad with pixel art, so we're probably not going to do this one either. Oh yeah, this was the slime I was thinking maybe of you doing, but I don't know how well it would read as pixel art, especially the whole like the spikes going in and out. I feel like it wouldn't read well. So what do we want to go with? What mob do I kind of really want to do the chest. I'll be honest. I want to have a slime just because it's a slime. I'd probably want to do this slime though over it, but I think I really want to do the chest. Looks like a Mario enemies. I mean, possibly. The blue one. Hershey kisses. Yeah. Okay, we could try the armored slime, and we could see what how it reads. I want to go though for mesh animation, BBR, turtle. This is called the turtle shell. Okay, so we have attack. It's easier to see it here. I have just the basic attack. Oh, then we have the spin attack, which is kind of cool. We just need to make it not rune animation, but that's fine. Defend. The death animation's kind of cool. This is just dizzy. I don't know. Yeah, the hit animation is fine. This is just idle battle. There's just normal idle. I feel like probably idle battles. I guess it doesn't matter on that one. The running. What is this? Sense something. Okay, we don't need this one. Taunt. That's gonna look real weird pixel art, I think. That's the walk, but we already have a run, don't we? We have a back one. Oh, and then we walk left and right. Okay. So realistically, we have this, which actually shoots the spikes like forward. Actually, that's not as bad as I thought. What I could theoretically do is, I could have this as a, excuse me, this as a melee attack. This could theoretically shoot projectiles forward, like little spikes, like a spike shockwave kind of, not shockwave, shotgun. But if I took right, these spikes, it's put like, I mean, I know it's like supposed to be like a tackle, but I could. Let's see first. Couple of things. First of all, bring you out, and I want to see the size of you. He's a big boy, which I guess is good. What am I cooking today? Mobs. Next enemy. It might, I will say, these might not read very well as pixel art, so let's try them. Let's try and see what it's gonna end up looking like. Export selected. Characters. Okay, we're gonna need a name for this guy. Spiky. Shelly. What are we naming him? Spike. It's always the hardest part. Naming something. Sporcupine? Why is this? What does a spork have to do with it? He's not a spoon or a fork. Well, let's see. Slug, porcupine, cyclops, SBC, prickly eye. Prickly eye is not bad, actually. Welcome in, Zebra. I kind of like Prickly Eye. Sure. Prickly Eye. Let's go with that. I'm not making it like a. It's not gonna have an epic. It's a regular mob. It's not a boss. The Eye of Spike sounds like an epic boss name. Well, not that epic, but like, it sounds like a good boss name. Spiked back tortoise. No, we're going with Prickly Eye. That one fits great. The eyelash of Spike. It's making more and more epic. We'll do a GLB. Prickly Eye. Attack 01. Tier, auto detect. It's all fine. Export. I'm good at the names, guys, now. You don't need more names. It's loading up one of the previous mobs, or one of the previous things, so that we can just get all the settings in. Is it gonna load? There it goes. Okay, so you can go away. You can go away. And then import GLTF. Prickly Eye attacks. Import. Okay. That worked really well. That came in real well. Let's see if I can do a quick test here. So if we go to your material, that's not material. Material. I should probably just go to shading tab. I need to do what's the crap. I forget what the material setup is. We can just select a previous one, right? Emission, that's the one. I can put it into a mission. Emission. Hello again, goods. Look at him. The shell has more detail. The body, though. The body doesn't have much. Why does the body have no information? Like, this has at least a shade. Like a shade, right? But the body has nothing. The eyes look like teeth pixelated? Possibly. Hold on, let me... we need to change the resolution on this thing. Probably be like 64 by 64. Oh wait, first I need to scale it down, right? Hold on. If I am this goes half, I'm going to modify the camera. Do we need to modify the camera? Because I need to zoom in further, right? Oh, it's been so long since I set this up. Right, because I can't just tell this to be 64 by 64 because that's the aspect ratio, but it doesn't account for the camera. Ah, this 8.8. Okay, that found where it is. So 4.4. Yeah, okay. 4.4 would be 128 by 128. If I wanted to be 64 by 64, I think that's 2 by 2. That might be too small. Although for this one, I'm actually might be fine. He doesn't really move. He's kind. Okay, I need to move it down now. If we just check this real quick to be 90 degrees. Okay, fine. So we need to make it wider. Your guts acting like we said one of their alt names. SMH. Wait, what? Did I miss something? So if I do 128 here, I would need to shrink the extend the camera here to be 4.4, and now we're good. Why can't I see the? Can I see the animation? I wish I could see the animation here. If I go to the animation, can I see the animation then? I just want to see the keys. Where are the keys? I just want to know where they are. What is the animation range? Okay, well, it's 25. Screw it. I'll just do it manually. So we do 25 frame start 0 every 2. So I just want to see if we did this. I just don't. Are we able to be able to use these? They might be too simple. it might be too simple because I really don't like. It's too flat. I mean, because it's so flat, maybe I don't do. Hold on. Because I made it flat for the other ones, and maybe I don't take the make it as flat for this one. Let me check one thing in terms of the material.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
No, I need the unlit. And that doesn't help at all. Boop. Pose mode / select bones to see animation keys. I mean, I assume this is the bones. Is this not the bones? It has the skeleton icon. I don't see animation keys. Again, it's not a big deal. But I think we might need to pass on these. If I go unlit. It's too even of a color on you here. We might be able to get away with the... This one might work. The chest might work. Beholder would have the same problem, right? Because this is just all the same color. This has gradients, which is fine. As long as it has like at least a gradient, it can read, but the pure flatness of it, or at least if it does have a gradient, it's not enough of a gradient, because I think that it has a gradient, it's just not enough. But this has actually like different color sections. The one that can work here possibly is the chest. I think we try the chest. Let's try the chest. What are we gonna call this guy? What is he? Yeah. Chesty? I can just call him a mimic, let's be honest with ourselves. Characters. Mimic. Mimic face. In Blender, the animation tab brings up action timeline at bottom with skeleton selected and on pose mode. That sounds like so many steps. That sounds like too many steps. Oh, this needs to be GLB. Save. Export. Let's see. Let's see if this one works better. File. Import. Oh, the recycler? No deposit, no return. Wait, what? What does the recycling have to do with this chest? Yeah, it's 25, 24, 25, 24 frames technically. On this one. Yeah, let's... Okay, let's see about this one. So we can rotate you 45 degrees. Be easier to see. Then on the material for you, emission. Cool. Let's see if this one actually reads better. See, that reads better. That reads a lot better. It's a little odd what's going on here, but at least it reads better. Drop your phone on your face and you deleted your chat message. How? That's a lot of clicks to just delete it. Because just highlight it. You have to click the. You have to then click the 3 dots, and then you need to go delete message. That's a lot of steps for dropping a phone. If you did delete a message. That's like saying the dog ate your homework. I feel like. I still don't fully like it, I'll be honest. I think it might be just too simple. Because like if we look at the actual characters that we have already, let's find, I don't know. Let's go with the gruntling, for example. Here, I'll pull it up. Right, if I like zoom in, right, it has like a lot more. Gruntling is actually not a good example. We can go with sure, Zorlo. Right, like there. I mean, I guess she has not that much on her legs either, but something about it. There is value differences here. It is darker there, lighter there. Right. I feel like it's too different. It's too clean and straight and perfect. Yeah, and use more unique. I think these are too simple. I have other ones. Yeah, it definitely needs more unique silhouettes for sure. Let's see what else we have. I don't know. Creature. I have this. Apparently. Which is pretty cool, but does it have animations? So that's a blue pig. Okay. If it comes with animations. Let's look at this tiger. Cute kittens melting your soul? Okay, this is not... Okay, hold on. Where's the animation start? There we go, animations. Idle. Yeah, that's fine. Few idles. Okay, let's speed this up. Thank you. Speed this up a lot. Okay, walking, good. Running, yep. Sprinting. Jump, swim. Death, sleep. What about attacks? Wait. It has a few swipes. It has a hit animation, stun, death. So it has all the animations. So we could do theoretically these guys, because I have these guys. Let's add these to a project. Add to project. Those might work because they have a lot of texture information. I wish I could search better. God damn it. Oh, here we go. We have these as well. We have the dragons. I feel like I probably want this as a... almost like a boss, was my guess. So I probably am not going to do these now, but I have these. I should probably just add them to the project. Yes. What? Okay, odd. Dragons. Monster, creature, enemy. Well, I need to figure out, like, what do I search for? Oh, enemy doesn't even search. Enemy space? No. I can't even search for the word enemy. I press enter. I get nothing. It doesn't even search. Thanks. God, why is this such garbage? I know I have more. Is the problem. Is I know I have more, but because the search is such garbage, I can't actually just pull them up. So now let's just skim through this and see if we can spot one, I guess. Doubt it. Sally's fantasy creatures. Oh, that's the one we just looked at. We tried searching fantasy, yeah. Skeleton Knight modular. I don't think it's gonna work for us. I think if it was for 3D, it might work better. Just looking to see if I can spot anything. You definitely gotta skip through the Paragon stuff. I don't see much. Screw it. Look, there's so much more. Fantasy. That's the creatures we just looked at. Quadruped fantasy creatures. What is this? Ah. Yeah, these are probably could use. Yeah, these I could probably use. By probably, I mean most definitely. Let's add these to the little project. Hey Gabriel, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Loved your video about the PCG spawning behind the player while you walk. I appreciate it. At least somebody watched it. Thank you, I appreciate it. Glad you liked it. Fantasy characters pack. Oh, this is like, I think these are pretty cool. I mean, but I have a feeling that these don't come with animations. They just come with the Unreal Mannequin, is what I'm gonna guess. Epic animations. In place 67, root motion 25. I don't know, they might actually come with animations. Those are all animated? Yeah, that's what it seems. So theoretically, I could use these. Use the werewolf from the pack. This guy. Yeah, theoretically, we could use these. Also, not you. It was a fantasy one, yeah. Add to project. What? Oh. It's because it's not the right version. Sure, add to project. Doesn't matter. Okay. I love how I can't search the word enemy. Or, oh, now it searches, but just doesn't find anything. What is this ancient golem? Thanks. Thanks, Fab. You're so good. God. Why is it such shit? I want to be able to filter this properly. I love the old Unreal Marketplace. The old Unreal Marketplace was shit, but it sure as hell is better than Fab. In 5.6, Quixel Bridge at least works. At least you get that back. You know, some small things. Okay, let's see. It's because there's ones that are like just assassin, right? I'm not obviously not gonna. This is not gonna work for our game, but like right there's, and it doesn't search anything except like the title. It's the only thing it searches. I wish it searched more. Is there anything else here that we can find that I haven't gone yet? G2 Mercenaries. What is this? I think it's gonna be a no on this one. Yeah, it's not the right style. Does Fab have a filter on their library? Yes, you can filter in Fab, but it's not the same way you could before. I need to update my light manager to 5.6. Yeah, okay. That's all we got. So, if we come here, fantasy pack, maps, Demo. Save. And close you. Let's see. The rock's not gonna work. I kind of wanted. Why do I have just the mannequin? Yeah, I think we're gonna not do this one yet. The dragon ones are gonna work, I'm pretty sure, but a mimic? God, we tried a mimic just earlier. We tried a mimic, it's not gonna work. I think I even still have it up. Yeah, I still even have it up. Yeah. Tried it. Skip all the Paragon stuff. Paragon. Quadruped creatures. We could try the wolf. A centaur, griffin, mound. Like the wolf would work. Although I'll be honest, it kind of looks like a dog. It kind of looks like a pit bull crossed with a. What is that tail? Also has an asshole. I love how they textured the asshole, but didn't give it a tail that looks proper. This one has a tail. The others don't. Okay. Salus Creatures Bundle. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, so here we go. So as long as I am. Do these, please tell me these have like full-on animations? Because these are great. These will work real nice. This I basically just take effectively like stylized like this. This is gonna work the best. Why is there a camera in his pointing at his ass, basically? Oh, like if you want to, are they all characters that you can play? Is that why? And so there's just a camera pointing at each one of their asses. Okay, I want to know. Hey, Polly, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Have you seen the Witcher tech demo from Unreal Fest? Yeah. And a bigger deep dive where they used, from what I can tell, PCG tree parts. Yeah, that's nothing new. I mean, I have a tutorial showing a way of doing that. I mean, I have two tutorials technically, and one older one that uses sockets, and then a newer one that shows like a better way of doing it. Yeah, I already have that on the channel. Yeah, it's a normal way of doing it. It saves on hard drive space. It's more expensive in terms of performance to do that versus, right, obviously spawning a tree. But in terms of hard drive space, it's so much better. Oh my god, there's tons of chicken animations. Oh my god. I am so tempted to put a chicken in the game. the chicken out of all things. I kind of want to. Make like a 10,000 HP chicken. Make the chicken a boss. Oh my god. We can make the chicken a boss. Is a regular huge HP chicken to place things unkillable? It would need to drop something then. They had an achievement for 20 chickens killed. I mean, that's kind of funny. An achievement chicken? I think we can do this one. Let's do this one. We need a new flying mob. Oh. That's cool. We need to offset the animation location based on the death. Because right now it's obviously going through the floor. Don't know why, but it is. So that means all the idle and all the other animations would have to go higher as well. The bat is not bad. I like the bat. I mean, honestly, I think we're going to get a lot of enemies from this one. Would you like to say a putty cat? The chicken's hilarious. I mean, or we could go with it like one of these guys. These guys look cool. It's like an eagle. Yeah, eagle. It doesn't have nearly as much. I mean, it has the main ones. Death, flying, stun. It has the hit one. It has all the ones that are really needed. What do you guys think? I mean, a hermitcraft would also be cool. I think I'm not gonna do the pig. Wolf could be cool. These guys could actually be cool. What are these? Wasp, probably. Yeah, this would be a wasp. We could do a wasp. Wasp is pretty cool. I feel like we should use you know what we should do? We should get a ranged attack. The one we should add is whoever we can do a ranged attack with, because I think I want a ranged attack. Because the only two we have 3 ranged attacks. We have Zorla, and then we have the 2 2D ones. And if I want to replace the 2D ones, I want a ranged attacker. if that's the case, I mean, none of them are really ranged, like projectile attacks.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
I think all of these are kind of melee. Spitty snake. Yeah, what's the snake animations? Snake. Snake has a good amount of animations. Stun. Let's see attacks. Yeah. We could add a spit attack to this. This is like a actual melee attack. This would be like a spit attack. Polly, thank you so much for the
So you
super
think
chat.
just say 20 individual full trees meshes would be better for performance, but more disk space than 20 smaller tree parts procedurally generated? For say 1,000 trees. Just a random number is came up with.
Thank you so much for the super chat. I mean, yes, it'd be more performance because you're not doing all the computation of all those instances, right? You're not saving any more tries because you have the same amount of tries. You just have less. You just have less things in the world. So, theoretically, it would be technically better because there is an instance, or there is an object / instance limit in Unreal. And if you make every tree, let's say, 10,000 instances, right? And you make 1,000 trees of 10,000, right? You might hit the limit. That's why at a certain distance you stop showing like the full trees. You put them on billboards and stuff. But yeah, it'd be slightly more performant. But it'll be obviously more disk space. Plus and minus. You don't get as much variation either. So, right, you also get more variation when you do it procedurally because the trees are more randomized. I don't know if we can do the snake. The snake is not going to read properly. I think the snake is not going to read properly because remember, we're going to be doing orthographics. So when it's coming like down, it's going to look like this. Even though our camera is from up here. And you'd expect to see the full thing. I think we can't do this. I think we can't. The snake is just too... It's cool. What the hell is the snail? Oh dear. That's a slug. What happened to its shell? Okay, well, you know what? I kind of really like... I like the eagle. I like the flying ones. I liked the wasp. The wasp was really cool, actually. What's the size of these guys compared to a character? Big, good. If I have a wasp, I'd probably have a wasp. This color? I mean, we can have different colored wasps. This one seems odd. Like, it doesn't seem like it's correct. It's like aquamarine. This is like a forest one. This one's clearly like a magical wasp. Let's go with wasp. Probably. This could shoot a projectile too. This could shoot like a poison or some kind of projectile. Yeah, it could shoot a stinger or something, yeah. Yep. Let's do it. Let's go with wasp. Okay, so we're gonna need attack 1, hit, death, idol. Oh, and we have 2 idols. We have this idol and we have this idol. Yeah, we want the other one. We want the original idol, and then we want the move forwards. 6 animations. You can imagine how crunchy they sound while dying. Yeah. I don't have those sounds, but I can imagine. Okay. The most important part, guys. The most important part. What the hell are we calling it? What is going to be the name of this mob? Because we all know that's the main thing. And this one I'm like 99% sure we're actually gonna do. So how do I keep opening Chrome? Why does it keep opening? What am I pressing to open it? I keep looking over, it's like, oh, Chrome is open. Why? I didn't open it. I'm using Firefox right now. You can only come up with 1 decent name per day? There's a cooldown. Yeah, the other name you came up with was good. Unfortunately, yeah, we didn't end up going with it. Give me enemy names for a wasp type enemy in a fantasy game. Let's see. You gotta give me some options that are a little bit easier to pronounce. Fire wasp. I don't want to do fire wasp because I would assume that. Well, it's fire. That is the name of a wasp. Like a real one? I mean, I can believe that. We have Venom Spire. Hive Maw. Gloom Sting. Gloom Sting is not bad. Stingwrath. Stingy McGee. No, we're not calling it Stingy McGee. Gloom Sting is not bad. have a name. Hey, Stormer, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Adobe broke Mixamo. What do you mean it broke Mixamo? Hold on a second. What do you mean? Mana Wasp? I feel like then when you put a name like that, you want to have it, take mana or have something to do with mana, but we don't have mana in the game even. So, or like magic like that. So let's try with this. Gloom Sting. Miss Manners the Wasp. Achilles is Latin name for stinger. Well, they bought it exactly 10 years ago, June 1st in 2015, and now has its certificate expiration date, and nobody at Adobe has managed the server since it was bought, and they lost the server. It's a ghost server somewhere. Wait. Is it Mixamo? It's still here. Are you talking about something else? Am I confused? Am I just? Press download or account. Please sign in to download. Am I logged in on my Chrome? I don't know. No, because I don't. No, I'm not signed in. Why would you want me to sign in? Why do I need to sign in? Downloads are busted? Hold on. Wait. Okay, I just logged in. Something went wrong with this request, but I'm logged in. Download. Too many requests. Too many requests. Is Mixamo animation gone? If you click on your name and press account, it doesn't exist? Account info? Oh, we're having trouble finding that site. But it let me log in. Wait, what did I just log into if the account doesn't exist? Adobe lost the machine that hosts the server. Dude. That's a huge loss. That's a huge loss if they don't get that shit back. Like for indie devs? Yeah, because I mean, there's so many like just for dance animation, like there's so many. Adobe supports silence. They know they lost it. Dude. That. The characters too. Like, yeah, they're not the best, but they don't need to be the best. They're good enough for like indie devs to just use something with some base animations and make, you know, make their game. Well, everything is there, but the server won't let you download or upload because of invalid certificates that expire every 10 years. All it would take is 5 minutes. See, I stopped using Adobe products, except at work, because I kind of gotta. But, man, Adobe, what the hell? I mean, at this point, they're gonna just take the website down. If they can't recover this, they're gonna take the whole website down because there's no use for it. You basically can't use it for anything then. I used a lot of these animations in the past. Because they're great. Back to 10 hours in Blender. Yeah. At least the market is open for a competitor. The market has been open for a competitor for 10 years, Zebra. These animations aren't great, and they're never were getting updates, but they were just there. If somebody wanted to put have their own animations like for free, they could have done that forever. Just no one's gonna do it for free. That's the thing, right? Everyone's gonna charge money for their animations, because why wouldn't they? When a content actual creator was two guys asking to fix Adobe's mistake, they have no power. I wouldn't. That would just, you know, I wouldn't harass them. It's out of their hands. I'm sure they have nothing to do with it anymore. It's just some crunches. Right, this was the power, and then you can change the you know, the settings on it to make it faster or slower. They have controls here. You control the animation, you can mirror it. Like, this was like good stuff. Good stuff. You could recreate it. You pay them over Adobe. Well, that's the thing, is a lot of people would pay for a library like this. If someone made a library of animations and they would constantly update it, and you could do this functionality, people would pay a subscription for this. Like, you shouldn't require it. You should be able to just buy animation outright. But like, let's say for like, you know, $10 a month, you know, a new animation or two would be added, and you had this kind of functionality. I think that'd be enough. Maybe one or two animations, but you get the point. I don't want Fab to have anything to do with this. Fab is such hot garbage that I don't want them touching anything, or they're gonna break it and make it worse. But yeah, that's a man. That's a sad day. Did it break just today? Hello, Daniel. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. It's like you were at the desk next to me in college again. You are the Daniel. I was like, I know the name, but I didn't know if it was the right one. We should catch up at some point. We never did catch up. It's been a few years since then. hit me up off stream at some point. We should catch up. And thank you. Man, Miximo's gone, huh? That's an end to an era. It broke June 16th, exactly 2 weeks after the 10 years. 10 years. So it broke 2 days ago. Oh. Hold on. Miximo Reddit. Oh God. Oh God. Is Miximo down for anyone 2 days ago? The first reply, the first one, I contacted Adobe support and they were unaware they own Miximo. Quarter digital content user, everyone does. Miximo was like, if people knew it was gonna go down, they would just download all the stuff and then just, you know, recreate it themselves. The problem is there was never a notice that it's gonna happen. Right? They would just, someone would have just downloaded everything from Miximo and just stored it. The day I finally tried to use Miximo, yeah. Yeah. Can you fix Miximo? Hi, sorry for the trouble with Miximo. This issue has been reported and should be resolved soon. I mean, we'll find out if that's true. This is from 3 hours ago. He asked in their Instagram post and they said this. So, customer support said they're working on fixing it. So there's hope. There's hope. I would give it a month. I mean, I want to say I want to give it a week, but I'll be generous. I will say I would give it a month. If in a month it's not up, it's gone for good, pretty much. There's not going to be backlash. It's nice to think there will be backlash, but it's not going to be backlash. People will just be disappointed and sad. But that's it. Supporters trying to find the server or cloud account. They got to hack the admin password. I mean, it's kind of funny. Sad and funny, but yeah. It is what it is, I guess. That's you, you're sad. You got like 10 characters and T-pose in your game. Yeah. Hey, Cluster, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Backlash and public negative response doesn't mean things will change if not fixed. What's wrong with Mixamo? Say goodbye to Mixamo. Whether it's temporary or permanent remains to be seen. For the moment, it's permanent until it's not. As I found out today and have been sad for it. Your Mixamo is working? Mixamo Animations, the websites. This. Can you download? I don't mean can the website load. Can you log in and download? Because there's a difference. I tried and I could log in, and if I went to view my profile, it said the website doesn't exist. I can't download anything. But you can, yeah, you can see this. You can take a look at the stuff. You can choose a character. Like all this part still works. You just can't download anything. And that's kind of the main part. I don't really care about looking at pretty animations. But if you somehow it works for you, you gotta download everything and share it with everyone. You get the highest. If you want the highest Reddit karma possible, do it. It says, yep. See, it's down. Yeah. Sad times. It's sad times. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. There's already a guy making his own version of Mixamo. Looks good. Who, what, when, where, why? I want to know. Where is this guy? Who is this guy? Where do you see it? Does it already have something up there? Or is this like, oh, I'm going to be making it, or I'm making it, but there's no like, here you go, this is like what it is. You lost it? God damn it. I wish I didn't have to select the right type immediately, but it's fine.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Little guy. We'll see how it looks. I'm gonna go away for ads, but I need to figure out how to see the animations, really, or the keyframes. If I go animation, pose no, SQ wasp no. Armature. I selected the root. I have the root selected. How do I see the keyframes? I just want to know the keyframe range. That's all I want. I don't even need to modify them. Oh, I need to unhide it. And then select the root. God damn it. Blender! Why are you like this? Text chase action editor. What's the difference? Well, they seem like the same, slightly different. Like I see, the keyframes are still only show up when I hit the root, right? If I don't select the root, then it doesn't matter which one I select. Anyway, I found out it's 74 keys. That's really all I cared about. I just want to know how many keyframes it is. Oh, wait, now I see it here. Oh, you guys don't see it. Why do I see the keyframes here now? Oh, so there's selected and then there's selected. Because it's selected, it's highlighted, but it's not selected until you click again and the text becomes yellow. And then you can see, God damn it, Blender. Why you gotta be like this? Okay, well, there you go. Yeah. Okay, well, we got the frames. What I wanted to see, though, is if we go here... Oh, need to change the material on you. Emission. Blink. Yeah, see that's what I was looking for. When I was talking about there's not enough detail, this is what I wanted. See, we got like a variation in colors. It's a lot more interesting. If we rotate the camera 45 degrees. Yeah, see, that's a whole lot more interesting. Blender says that's active, not selected. Yeah. So we can use this one for sure. Awesome. Do we? Okay, so I'm gonna need to bring in. So let's bring in all of them because I think I'm gonna need to move them up a little bit. We're just gonna need to change probably the output resolution here. So we probably need to do 128, 128. And let's move the camera. Like so. Turn off the rotation. Okay. Save as. Yay, we're gonna get a character. Gloomsting. Fly. Okay, let's export these. Fly, check. Next. Death. If I play this. Oh, it's actually it's fine. It's on the ground. Cool. So I actually don't need to move them up and down. Fantastic. Gloomsting. I keep spelling string, just different. Tad different. You're making character in Blender that are 2D planes to imitate Flash puppet animation style. What is a Flash puppet animation style? Flash puppet animation. Oh, like the old school, just old school Flash animations where they just like, you know, that kind of animation. Okay. Got it. Nice. Did anything replace Flash? I know Flash went away, you know, at some point. But HTML5? But when I don't mean like to view the stuff. I mean like, is there a creator that an editor like old school Flash you could use these days to make that kind of stuff, or literally there's a program HTML5 that does that, because HTML5 I thought was the programming language, because HTML is. That's all good. You make games on your VIP phones with Java? I don't know if I should say awesome or I'm sorry. The internet has conditioned me to say that you're using Java, so it must be bad. Oh, darn it. Why doesn't it save my save as type? That'd be so nice. Flash was horrible. Java is just bad. I remember when I was in college, we had a class for Flash animation. I remember there was one, I think there was one class we did that in. Or I'm thinking back to high school. Trying to think, was it college when I had that? No, I think I might be thinking high school. Because I don't remember it in college. No, we didn't do any Flash. Okay, then it was high school that I'm thinking about it. I studied animation and visual effects. And which is why that was the name of the major. It's basically film. The film industry, which is why I am still stuck in the film industry and have failed to get into games to this day. Which is why I make my own games and since screw it. I mean, I use Unreal at work, so you know it's halfway that I'm this weird middle child, as I always say, where I have film experience, I know games pretty well, like in terms of like Unreal and stuff, and I want to do games, but I have film experience, so now I'm this middle child called virtual production, where I use game engines to make films with, and yep. Yep, that's where I am. You study software engineers, you had Java? Yeah, I did not. The only scripting class that I ever took in college was to learn Mel. Maya's programming language. It was a single class to use Mel. I don't even remember if it was a full class. Because I think maybe we just used it during, did we just use it during a effects class? Or, not effects. Was it effects? Oh, something like that. Yeah, it was a full class. To this day, I still remember there was the one class that was really bad, and I think that was the one. The teacher was just horrible. Small Mind of Python, yeah. There was an awesome teacher, and then right before we got to take that class, that teacher stopped teaching that class, and we got a new one, and they were just not good. It was the only time where at the end of the class, there's always like a fill out, you know, how did the teacher do kind of thing. It was the only time I actually wrote like a stuff about, like, no, for the love of God, no. No more. Yeah, I remember that was good times, good times. But he raged quite too. I don't remember that one. I mean, it's been what? We graduated in 2011. That was probably like 2010. I'm gonna guess it's been like 15 years. So yeah, I mean, you'll have to excuse me for not quite remembering the teacher we had for a single. By the way, the classes when I was in college, the classes were 5 weeks long, and that's it. Yeah, I went to an accelerated college where yeah, we had 2 classes at a time. It was and within 5 weeks it was 2 or 3 days a week, 8-hour days. So one of the classes was 3 times a week, another class was 2 times a week, and they were for 8 hours. And then in 5 weeks, you got through the entire course. So in just under 3 years, I got a bachelor's. It was great. It was an accelerated thing. Yeah, good times. College, best days of my life. It all went downhill from there. Okay, they're not FBX. Yeah. You say he was valedictorian too, Mr. Valedictorian. Yeah, me and Daniel went to the same school in chat. We got co-valedictorian. We had a dual speech for graduation. Smarties. I don't know about that one. I'm just lazy. I'm a contradiction. I'm a lazy, hardworking person. That's fine. Yeah, the class was small. Was it 17? Oh, I think we I feel like we went past 20 by the end. It was a small class. Your 3.9 could never? Wait, what do you mean 3.9? 3.9 as in GPA? That's better than what we had. We got valedictorian with a 3.4. By the way, the grading at our college was strict. Basically, the only way you would get an A in a class that was like for your major was if you were at a professional level. As in, you got an A, so you really didn't need to take this class. Pretty much, effectively. And if you're not at a professional level, which you shouldn't be because you're in school. Yeah. 17. Yeah, it was a small school. It was a small college. That's what made it good. No worries, Polly. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna work great. Now I do not click save and be careful and click save as. Because I know myself well and I'll overwrite the damn thing. Just to get them all in. Once we get them all in, then whatever. You got your bachelor's in illustration? You refused to not finish the degree because your last year was when COVID happened? Ooh. Hey, there's somebody, Daniel. Yeah, hit me up. You should still have my contacts. Or if not, I have yours. Which sounds creepy as hell said that way, but I hope you have a good one. I can't say I know where you live. But I know. I got your contacts if needed. Yeah, going to college with COVID there, that's rough. That is definitely rough. Is this attack 2? Shit. I blinked on it. Let's find out. Did I overwrite? Okay, so we have this one. If I open O1, yeah, it's a different one. Okay. Oh, okay, we're fine. We're fine. I did it right. I did it right. So new classes were online, scammed of tuition. Yeah. Hey Leo, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Now you always wonder why you chose 2D sprites versus going 3D fully. Because it's easier. That's the real answer. Because it's easier. Thank you to a Paul, I doubt they're in the stream, for joining on the Patreon. I know they're in the stream, but if you are there, Paul, thank you. Import death. You were able to watch that one tutorial for doing 2D in Unreal? You open some new possible game types. See, I don't like, personally, I know some horror games do this, right? Where they just make the display look pixelated, but it's actually 3D. I don't like that aesthetic, personally. But I really liked, what got me into actually the whole sprite with 3D was the Square Enix game. What am I doing? It was a Square Enix game. What's the name of the game? Crap. I'm blanking on the name entirely. If you're going 2D full send, no. God, what was the name? Why am I blanking on it? You're super excited for the increase of 2D/2.5D Unreal games? I doubt you'd have an increase compared to just before. You know what we can do? Go to my... I go to my old streams. I think I used to have it in the description. Octopath Traveler, just remembered. That's the name. Freaking hell. Octopath Traveler. this. This is what I saw originally. 2D sprites, 3D world. I thought it was really cool. Yep. Now, obviously, mine's very different aesthetically. But I was like, oh, cool. You could do that. And then I learned you could do a directional animation thanks to Paper ZD. And then I'm like, oh, yeah. And then I want to do the same thing as in Dead Cells. Because if you don't know, Dead Cells is an awesome game. But Dead Cells is a 2D platform action game, but it starts with 3D and then gets rendered to pixels. And then that's how they did all their animations. It's actually a 3D guy that was then pixelized. And so I was like, oh, I want to do that. So you can render out the normals then too. So I have it affected with, so it could work with lighting. So I basically did the same thing. Right? I had a 3D character that was rendered and pixelized. Except they had a proprietary software doing this. And I don't have that. But Dead Cells, fantastic game, by the way. If you've never played it, I would recommend. Where's it? Dead Cells. Yeah, this. Good game. Pretty fun. You know. Nice, quick. You don't have to like worry about also roguelike. You don't have to worry about like maneuvering too much. You just have to worry about like basically the enemies. And the combat feels really good. It has some nice looking levels. There's different weapons and stuff. 95.82 rating. How many hours do I have? Only 18.7 hours. But would recommend. Would definitely recommend. Around the 2D games in Unreal probably more performant? No. If you're looking to make an actually 2D game, do not use Unreal. The only reason to do Unreal in a full 2D game is if you want to make use of the 3D features of Unreal. Otherwise, you know, use Godot or something. Or if you don't know any coding and you want to learn coding, you just want to use blueprints, then obviously then you have that. Oh, guys, it's our daily 777. We hit the jackpot. 777. Hope you got your correct jackpot. It's on the way down versus on the way up, because, but you know, just wanna. In case anyone's wondering.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Warm 25C, except it's on the, you know, it's indoors. But yeah, I just really like the 2D combined with 3D aesthetic. Obviously, the one I have right now in my game is not going to be the final look. it doesn't fit the aesthetic, right? Because I just grab random assets we have. I probably want to play around with the pixel density for the final version, all that kind of stuff. No, my computer's fine. The problem is the sun. That's all. My apartment faces northwest, so during sunset, where it sets in the northwest. Hello, Golden Character Design. Welcome in. How's it going? We're currently during ads, so we're paused. I'm telling you about why my apartment's so hot. But hey, I hope you had a lovely stream. Welcome in. My apartment faces northwest, and that's where sunset goes. So basically, during the sunset time, the golden hours effectively makes my apartment super hot. Now, right now, you don't see the sun because I think it's hiding behind a building. But as soon as it moves, then once again, you will see the sun. Get a film on the windows? I live in an apartment. I don't want to destroy anything if I can't avoid it. So I've vid about Unreal versus other engines and doing things the Unreal way, and the vid basically alluded to limitations for doing things in Unreal the way Epic wants you to do something. I mean, that's true for anything. Right? That's no matter what you're doing, that's gonna be true. You should do it the way the engine wants you to do it. No matter what engine it is, right? No matter anything like that. I'm trying to get blackout curtains. The problem is I don't have like a bar where I have curtains. It's one of those like you know, pull them up, pull them down kind of ones, the fabric ones. And that's what comes with the apartment. And they're bad. I actually use full blackout basically fabric paper that I put in front of the windows. And like two of the three of them are actually blocked. You can actually see right here. So this is where the sun is, that it's not being blocked. You can see how much brighter it is. And by the way, this is through that that fabric. But yeah, that's why it gets hot. Specifically around this time, which is around sunset time. Like minus about an hour or two before sunset. That's where it happens. Yeah, it's not great, but you know, I deal with it. I did buy, because my air conditioner that's built in cannot keep up. I did buy a portable air conditioner, and I plugged that in. So it's currently running. There's a portable AC in the next room that's 10,000 BTU or something like that. And so that's why it's cooling. Otherwise, 2 summers ago, I didn't have it. I bought it last summer, and without it, it got to like mid or high 80s inside my apartment. It was real bad. With it, it gets to like 79, I think is the highest, roughly. Oh no, I think it got to 80. 79, 80, I think is around the highest. Electric bill go Bert? No, it's actually not that bad, surprisingly. Surprisingly not that bad. Compared to what the bill I used to have when living in Los Angeles, in the States, the bill's not bad. I used to pay over $150 per month for air conditioning in the US because I had a wall mountain AC that was running constantly, like all day pretty much, because you had to. Like during the winter it did a little less, but really it was like, yeah, constantly. So it was expensive. thankfully in Canada, I think I checked last year's because I was doing some budgeting stuff. So I actually checked just like somewhat recently. The electricity bill for last year, where I also had the air conditioner, averaged to about $80 a month, which to me is cheap as hell because it's 80 Canadian, not 80 US. Which would be about what 56? There'll be like 60 US a month, which is that's great. You know, and I only have that the portable AC running basically during the summer. Right? I don't need it for half of the year, so. Am I using idle? Oh no, yeah, idle. Did I do the mimic already? No, we decided not to do the mimic. It just style-wise, it just didn't fit. Unfortunately. So yeah, none of those enemies can work because they're just too plain in their style. And so what happens is when you make it unlit and you make it basically base color only, it just we don't get the information. It basically looks like a flat color, and so you lose like all of the nice interesting stuff with it. So yeah, nope, we dropped it. That's fine. So that's why we're going with this wasp, and the wasp reads really nicely. So yeah, we're going with this wasp. So we'll get a flying creature. And we'll get it'll shoot a projectile as well. Like shoot a stinger or something. What could happen potentially in the future is I could theoretically use those creatures if I really like them, but I need to do a paint over to give it like some kind of variation in detail, or apply like a multiply of a texture on them to give it like breakups of like color or value or something, so it's not just flat, and then I could use them theoretically. So it's not a definite we'll never use them, but for now. You're about to ask if I did a painted baked texture onto it? No, I just did what was there. I just used its own base color. Yep. Okay, so we can close you. I think I've made mistakes in terms of what I've been getting or I've been saving, but that's because I think, didn't we already save this one? Yes. Okay, so we should have now all of them. Wait, now why don't I see the keyframes again? God damn it. It's selected. It's yellow. Okay, there. I'll select the root. 39 frames. Whatever. Oh, now when I select, oh, what? Grumble, grumble, grumble. is the weird thing, because for 2D, there's always pre-baked lighting, right? On the monster. So the reason I don't do pre-baked lighting, I'll actually show you. Right, so this is unlit, right? No lighting information here. And you're like, okay, well, don't we want lighting information? So no, I don't. And if we open up, actually, I'm gonna close this. I don't need this anymore. Let's open up the game project so I can show you. I don't have lighting information on my character either. My player also doesn't have lighting information. Intentionally. Load them up. Load them up. Load them up. Hmm. Mm. 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 Come on. I wish this loaded faster. There it goes. Finally. Okay, almost finally. It's preparing textures. Okay. So let me turn off his material stuff. Sprites, material. Make this negative. So I can come here. Okay. So this is a sprite, right? He has no lighting information. He's flat. But he doesn't look as flat as you would think. If I add a light here and I make it hot pink, and then I move it here, you see what happens? He's getting rim lights. If I move it here, he's getting lights just on the here. You see how it looks like he's lit from below? It looks like he's lit from above? Because he is. This is because I have a normal on him. All my 2D sprites have normals. So if I was to look at the paper assets, for example, let's say for him. Now let's look at the idle. Right? This is him. And it shows the sprite, right? But if I open the sprite, this is what the sprite looks like. Now, why does the sprite look like this? Because it has a diffuse map and a normal map. It's using a normal map. And the normal I get from the 3D character because guess what? I can just bake out the world normals and I'm good. So automatically the light will function correctly to this body and light it from Unreal thanks to the normal. So I don't want to bake in the lighting information because I get the lighting information from Unreal. And it works, right? So if I was to add a spotlight. Make this stronger. see he's lit more from this side than this side. If I zoom out, you can really see, right? You could see that it's coming from this side, even on his hands, on his upper body, right? Now, it's not going to be perfect because it is a sprite, so you just have less pixels to show that, right? But even still, you could tell where the light is coming from. If I rotate it, right, you can see that changes on him. Right, so now you just get a little bit here. Because it's mostly in this direction from here, so it doesn't get him as much. Is it perfect? No. Does it need to be? No. It's good enough. It makes it feel integrated. So that's why I don't want lighting built in, because then I wouldn't be able to do stuff like this. It would have its own lighting on it. So yeah. I come here and I change the color in this one to be, you know, green. Right, now you can see on this side we get green, on this side you get pink. Even though it's technically, if this didn't have a normal, this entire thing, right, that's intersecting should be that color, but it's not. So, hope that explains it. Yeah, that's why I want but I still want like texture information, right? I still don't want this all to be one single color because it's just not going to look good no matter what. But as long as there's some kind of like variation in shade and stuff, you know, even a little bit, it becomes nice. Now, maybe down the line, you know, I'll want something different, but for now, I think this is what I want. And now we have this guy. Right? Now we have this guy. Are we good? This does not go through the ground, right? No. Okay, so all we're doing in Blender is rendering it out and then doing basically a stroke outline, which doesn't quite do a perfect job, I will say, right? Because if I go to underwear, if I turn off freestyle and I render it, right, it is doing a correct job. Based on the pixels it has, it is doing a correct job. But sometimes it's just the model doesn't work perfectly for it. And we turn it back on and I render it. Right. It's like it does override a little bit. But not much I can do in that one. Do you ever get periods of no motivation to dev? No. No, I don't. I never get that. The reason I never get that is because I do all sorts of different things. I don't do one thing until I'm sick of it. Like, right? I did a bunch of boss stuff. Cool. Boss from bosses. We're not gonna do more bosses. Then we did a bunch of like fix-up stuff. Let's do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let's fix it. And I was like, cool. So we can do a bunch of those things. Now I'm going to be making putting a new character in. And then when I put the character in, then we're going to need to do the abilities for the character and do some other stuff, right? So I'm never, and then after I do the character, I might do another boss. And after I do the boss, I'll do a bunch of power-ups. After the power-ups, I might go back and fix up some abilities and stuff, right? I don't stay in any one spot for a really long time. I just jump around. And the jump around is like whatever I feel like. because everything needs to get done. Just the order that I do it in doesn't have to be like all the mobs, all the bosses, all of this, all of this. Because then yeah, I'll get bored and I'll get burned out. But because I get to be like, oh yeah, I just, you know what? I feel like working on this today. I just do it. Because it's my own project, right? My own game. There's no reason for me to be like, to want to be like, oh man, I wish I was working on X thing. No, I just work on that. If that's what I want to work on, that's what I work on. I don't know if that's what you wanted to hear, but that is the case. So that's why I don't have the problem. But if you're not feeling motivated to do something in your project, then work on another part of your project. If you're not motivated to work at all on your project of any part of it, then you're not that interested in your own project. Basically, right? And that could be multiple of reasons. You do something similar, but it goes into a phase of, I guess, working on the game versus not. No, but see, that's too general, right? Working on a game could be a lot of things, right? You could do sound effects today. You could do materials tomorrow. You could do layout the next day. You could do AI the next day. You can do animation the following, right? You could just, there's so many different things that need to be done for a game that as long as you enjoy just making progress in general, there's always a little thing you can continue doing. And you don't need to, right? It's not, where's that meme? This is not game dev, where you like, oh, I have an idea. Oh yeah, let me just finish it. This is not game dev. This is not, or just projects in general. Don't do this. There should be 1,000 steps before this. And as long as you're going to the next step, like, oh, you know what? I have these circles. Now I'm gonna erase this part of the circle. That's a step, cool. I don't want to do erasing anymore. Let me draw something instead. Oh, you know what? I don't feel like drawing anymore. Let me get some reference instead. Right? But you don't just go from nothing to finish that one thing. And yeah, you could get burnt down on that. Your damnation, what sells is not what you like to develop. Then develop what you like to develop. Never develop what sells. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Never develop what sells. One, you will not do a good job because you don't enjoy what sells, clearly. And so you'll not do a good job making the game because you don't understand what makes it fun. And so people will not then buy the game. And so it's just bad all around. Make what is fun for you, and you'll find other people that also enjoy what you like, and then do a better job then. So there's been an issue of scope creep of making too big a game, so you have to scale down the type of game you can make so it can be released. Well, what are you trying to make exactly? Because do you want to make a game to sell within a certain amount of time? Do you want to make a game to just see if you can make a game within a certain amount of time? Do you want to make a game because you want to learn And so the time doesn't matter. Like, right? What is the reason for you making the game? And what is the time frame you want to make the game in? I can scope creep in my game because I'm just trying to figure out what is a fun game, and I'm using it to learn a bunch of stuff. I don't care if it doesn't get released in 5 years. I can take it a little time. It is a hobby for me. It is not like a full-time job where I'm like, oh shit, I gotta release something by this point and hope like it you know, does this and this, right? I don't need to do that. So it's not stressful. It's just, okay, let's just get this done, right? Let's render some characters, talk with you guys, you know, stuff like that. But if you're like, oh, let me see if I can make a game in a certain amount of time, cool. Make the game, whatever it is, then that's what it is. And the next one's gonna be better. The next one's gonna be better. You go from making an open RPG to then scaling down to a roguelike, then scaling down to an RTS. Okay, you don't scale down a roguelike to an RTS. I'm sorry. RTS is bigger than a roguelike, but sure. Then scaling down to a tower defense. But see, the problem is you've scaled down, but you didn't decide what you want to do. What do you want to make? You should decide, what do you want to make that is within your scope. You scope down to a tower defense because that's what you can do within a time period that you wanted to do it in. You didn't, you know, scale down to a tower defense because like, oh shit, I got a cool idea for a tower defense game. I want to make that tower defense game, right? There's a difference. You know, find what you want to make, and then you'll be far more motivated to do it because you're not doing it because you feel like you have to, because, you know, work on that. You can absolutely make a full-on open world RPG. You just have to be okay with the fact that you might, if you're doing it solo, you might be spending decades on that. And if you're okay with it, go nuts. No, who's to stop you? Your bank disagrees, you need to money for mortgage? Yeah, but are you making games to sell right now? Holy crap! Like, are you making and selling games enough right now to pay bills? Because if you're not, then it doesn't matter. Then it's a nice goal to have at some point in the future, but until then, right, you shouldn't rely on that. You like to develop a game, but you need to sell software, application development. That's fine. I do this as a part-time, as a hobby outside of my full-time job where, you know, I used to pay the bills. Totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. See, there's the normal map. We render around a normal map, and then we use that for lighting. Yeah, the best way to not get burnt out on working on your own game is to work on a game you want to work on, basically. Not one you think you have to work on, but one you want to work on. Because it's your own game, you have the choice. Obviously, I'm not talking about working for somebody else, right? Where you have a job, different story. You don't got a choice. But I'm talking about if you're making your own game, you're working for yourself, do what's fun. Do what you enjoy. It's boring, and then you're too tired. Well, if it's boring, then change it. If you find your own game boring, holy crap, then other people's will find it boring too.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
It's just true, right? So make your game not boring. And if you find the stuff you have to do boring, then potentially join a team and do only the part that you enjoy. You don't have to make the entire game yourself. You can just join a group. If you're like, I really dislike modeling and animation, join a team where you don't need to do that and focus on, you know, the deving or something, you know? You have control. You have options. Your game is fun for you, but the job to pay the bills is boring. Oh yeah, but we can't control that one. Like, I would love to work in the game industry. I don't, but that doesn't stop me from, like, as long as you do your best at the job, your enjoyment can happen from your hobbies outside of work. That's okay. The job does not define you. The job is not who you are. In America, I feel like if you ask somebody, like, about them, like, they'll start talking about their job, not about what they do in their free time, not what kind of like, stuff they enjoy. They'll tell you about the job. The job doesn't define you. It's the stuff you do outside the job that defines you. Everyone, right? If you're flipping burgers, you're not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm a burger flipper. No, you might be like, oh, I'm a DM of a D&D game. I like, I make small games. Whatever. I like to play games, and that can, that's your personality out there. Yeah, don't feel like the job is like you have to. You'll meditate on that and reassess what your priority is with this. Do it. Because you're your own boss, you have full control over what it is that you want to do. So it's the best time to do it. And by the way, my game has had scope creep for sure. And like I said, I'm okay with that because there's no deadline. Hey, do you have a cool idea for a tower defense game? Then, okay, caveat. You have a good idea for a tower defense game, and you also want to make that tower defense game. I can have cool ideas for a tower defense game, but I'm not really interested in making one. Right? So, you gotta want to also make it. Right? And if you don't want to, then try to figure out what you do want to make. And sometimes, and what I personally, the way my game started was not, I want to, have an action RPG with a deck builder, and I want to have like all the, no, the way I started doing any kind of game dev is I like this mechanic. I'm going to implement this mechanic. Mechanic has been implemented. I really had fun making this mechanic because I wanted to learn how to do it, and now I do it and I think it's cool. Cool. Now that I have this mechanic, what if I also added this mechanic to it? Cool, that's a lot of fun. I enjoyed making that other mechanic because I want to also make the mechanic, and I implemented it and combined it with the current mechanic. Now I have this two mechanics in this game. Well, if I have these two mechanics, it'd be cool if the environment also fit this, right? And you see how it's going? I didn't start necessarily with this is what I'm doing, this is it. This is very, I went into it with very much like a prototype mentality. Let's try some shit. Let's scrap some shit. Let's redo some shit. But I have fun the entire way through. I think that's important. Personally. Hey, you don't have to. Also, obviously, everything I'm saying is what works for me. It doesn't mean that's going to work for everyone. But I can only share, my personal experience. Yeah, that still fits. Good. Does it fit? Yes. Technically, it doesn't fit. I think technically it goes below, but I don't think anyone's gonna notice. I don't think anyone's gonna care. Like at one point, I was thinking about like, hey, all my power-ups, a lot of them could probably work for a tower defense game if I wanted to, but yeah, like, I wouldn't want to make that tower defense game. Although if I ever wanted to do a spin-off. Maybe. Maybe one day. And yes, by the way, the only reason I decided to do a roguelike was because it was simple. If you're wondering why did I decide to do a roguelike? Because a roguelike you could do as a single person. It's not a grand RPG. Only reason. Oh, I just realized I didn't ever check the animations of. Hold on. I'm gonna have to redo these. I didn't check the animation. I forgot to check the animation and adjust it. Good job, me. It's the only coding one of the only times you'll ever see coding on the screen. All thanks to ChatGPT 3.5, I think. Back then. But damn, it's been helpful. It's been real nice. Yes, now we can do you. Do I still have this? Yeah. Movement forward. Okay. Oh, animation length. Oh. It actually lines up, just happens to line. Oh, right, because that's what we used as our baseline. Yep, that's what we used as our best line. Go! Go, go, go! Yeah, so after we do the characters, right? So after we do I'm gonna do the creating of the sprites, setting up the animations, then setting up the state trees, potentially setting up new attacks because we need to do a new projectile. Man, all those things are different. So I enjoy myself because I don't get burnt out on the one thing. You know, I'm not good about doing the same thing over and over and over and over, like repetitive stuff. I'd rather, at that point, I'm not a machine. If you want a machine that just, you know, clicks a button constantly and just over and over and over, yeah. That's probably better as a machine. But if I am not a machine, I like variety. Okay, that's 3 of them. We still have to do 3 left. Death, Hidden Idol. Let's go with Death. I'm just doing the render just to make sure that I set the material up correctly. 70. Gloom, Sting, Ding, go. Death, there it is. Automation's great, isn't it? Gotta love it when things are automated. It's like AI. It knows what I want, and it gives it to me. Okay, well, that's not true. AI makes too many mistakes. This makes no mistakes. The only mistakes here that could be my own. I am the problem. Me. Two left. Yeah, so hit and then idle. $31. Okay. Boom. And once you got the base setup done, it's real quick to get these generated out, which is great. Done and dusted. What are we left? Idle? Idle's the last one. Nice. Good. $60. Output 60. I am gonna want to probably look into how the hell to add some kind of flying, like, mechanic or some sort. I just don't know a good way of doing that yet. Like, how do you make an actual, like, flying versus walking on ground and falling enemy? And I feel I kind of want to do that, because this is actually going to be a flying guy. But I need to look into that. So that's going to be fun. That sounds like fun to me. Gloom Sting, last one. Bam, go. There goes the D. D for diffuse for some reason. I don't know why. For sprites, it's diffuse. But it is what it is. Oh, we're done. And we're done. Nice. Save. So now we have every single animation here. Let's, we got time. Let's go ahead and rename these. Power rename. Bloom Sting Idle. I don't know why I started an idle. Doesn't matter. But power rename is still good. If you never use power rename, I would recommend. Just makes batch renaming these so good. And I have to batch rename them because it goes by frames, so it's 0, 2, 4, because I render every other frame. So I have to rename them to put them in the right order. At that point, I might as well give it the right name. I could theoretically just name them all, just, you know, the same thing. I named the normal and the diffuse the same. They don't have to. I could name them all the same if I wanted to. It doesn't matter because they're in separated folders. But for whatever reason, I prefer this. I think the main reason is when I set it up, it gets auto saved as this name based on the name it has, which is a little bit easier than changing it later, I guess. I have to change it somewhere. Guess idle we did, right? Yeah, idle we did. It's the last one. Movement forward. And I'm just gonna call this one fly. Because we don't have like a backwards or side to side thing. There we go. Okay. Next thing is to, well, throw them into a sprite and make them into sprite sheets and all that good stuff. But we're pretty much out of time for today. So tomorrow we will put them into a sprite. We'll make sprite sheets out of them, bring them into Unreal, set up the animations, and then start setting up the state trees and maybe the abilities and whatever else. I might do some searching in terms of flying, because I don't know a good way of doing flying still. If you search like flying enemies in on YouTube, you're gonna get like enemies using projectiles, which is not what I want. So we'll see what I might do, and this will need to be like a test, is I might look into seeing how do I attach a character to a spline and have it move along the spline, and like, because then theoretically I could make a spline like go like up into the air and do weird shapes, and I can spawn a spline procedurally like of that shape, and then have it move along that shape, effectively flying, which might be the way to go. But we'll look into that later. You know, we got lots of things to look into. But that's gonna do it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you had fun. Back tomorrow at 6:30 Pacific for some more fun adventures. Hope to see you guys then. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.